Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome and don't forget to subscribe. Today I'm going to share with you how to turn your high brief panty into this lovely thong. So let's get started. So I've got all my patterns, the front, the back, including the gusset. I'm going to join them together, then trace around them. Once I am done tracing, we are going to start with the back part. So I'm going to turn my pattern paper, and then I'm going to start with the back part on the waistline. I'm going to go down 2 inches. Then on the hip line, I'm going to go up 2.5 inch. Now on the crotch length, I am going to go in or come in by half of an inch. Then extend the half inch all the way to the hip line. Connect the 2 points from the hip to the 1 inch or half an inch. Now moving on to the gusset, I am going to join the crotch or the crotch length of the front to the crotch length of the back. And that's how we change the gusset. Now we need to move on to the front side of our panty. So we're going to do the same changes we did for the back. On the hip, on the waist, we need to go down 2 inches, and on the hip 2.5 inch. Then we're going to connect the 2 points on the hip line. And we are done, guys. So now it's time for us to cut out this pattern. So guys, as you can see, my pattern is actually one piece. I'm not going to add any seam allowance on this pattern because I am going to be using a fold over elastic. If you're not using a fold over elastic, please add a seam allowance of around 0.3 inch. So now we want to go ahead and trace out the gusset. So I just need the gusset for the gusset lining. And that's it, guys. So the next thing is to cut this pattern on fabric. So I do have a stretch fabric, and we want to make sure that we fold our fabric where the stretch goes, because we want it around our body. Like I said, you can cut out your pattern in one piece, but mine, unfortunately, the whole pattern couldn't fit on this fabric, so I had to separate the back from the front. So the first thing I'm going to do is to lay both pieces, the back and the front, including the gusset lining, together, right sides facing. And I am also using a stretch needle. Make sure you also use a stretch needle, and this is my fold over elastic. So like I said, I'm going to take my front and back pattern, right sides facing, and I'm going to sew a straight stitch on the side. So now we need to attach the gusset lining. So I am going to take the lining and place it under the two layers, which is the front and the back. Pin it to stay in place, and then go ahead and sew a zigzag stitch or a straight stitch. And there we go, guys. I've sewn the side. So now you want to turn it on to the back side or the front side. You want to turn it into the front side, and then make sure you also sew a top stitch, which is, in my case, you can use a straight stitch or a zigzag stitch, but I am going to use the second one, which is the zigzag stitch. So once you're done sewing the lining, this is how it looks, and this is the inside of our thong. So the next thing that's left for us is to attach the elastic, and I'm going to start on one opening of the thigh, and I'm also going to use my fold over elastic. So how to attach the fold over elastic? You will notice that it has a grid in the middle. So you want to place your lining or your fabric on the not past the grid, and you want to go ahead and sew it with a zigzag stitch. So when you sew the elastic, make sure you pull, but not too much, just a little bit. Once you're done sewing on the fold over elastic, this is how it will look. Now all the raw edges will be covered once you fold the elastic as shown, and then go ahead and sew a zigzag stitch right on top. And voila, it looks so good, very neat, and as you can see, everything is tucked in inside. I love the combination, the black and the blue. So we want to go ahead now and sew the other opening of the thong. So I'm going to go ahead and place or attach the elastic on the waist and also on one opening of the leg. And there we go, guys. I really love the way it looks. As you can see, it's taking shape. So the last thing we need to do is attach the waist elastic. Wow, guys, we are done. It looks so amazing. I love the combination blue, the black. So guys, if you really enjoyed this tutorial, please don't forget to thumbs up and see you on the next one.